So you people think to solve it by this MATLAB actually try to write, because now you understood that how would it work. And same way, only thing you have to take practically a for loop only, and just keep on iterating, keep on checking your. What about that pipeline thing?
Sir, I'm trying, but I'm still getting an error and I'm not able to understand what is the mistake
What
I'm
about
making.
others?
Sir, not getting sir the pipes. I'm trying.
What not getting? Try to solve it at least for two pipes first. Solve
Okay,
it
sir.
for that. Then try to add means another pipe into that.
Okay, sir.
Try to solve the same problem. Just take two pipe first. Just to solve. Ju- Or maybe you can take, let's say, one first. Just take one. Can you calculate flow rate and all this or not? So first start that, so that you should understand how to use your if loop and for loop combinedly, if and else command. So try to solve that first. So the another method just to find the roots of nonlinear equations is Euler's methods. So previously we have studied your bisection method, your regular falsi, your secant method, and Newton-Raphson method. Okay, and all of
Yes.
them you studied their bisection is always bound to give you the root. Regular falsi is slightly faster than bisection because you are taking straight line approximations, and wherever line intersect, you are considering that point as a root, and then proceeding further. And then you have a Newton-Raphson method there. So Newton-Raphson, there you are taking the tangent, so you are moving much more faster than previous two methods. And in that case, because here in this case or Newton-Raphson cats, uh, you are moving much more faster here by taking the tangents. So within few iterations, you are close to the root actually. So the things need to be taken care is oscillatory behavior. So depends on type of functions. If tangent at one of the points reaches to another points, and tangent and that point on function reaches to initial point, so that's oscillatory behavior. So your function value need to be checked, and corresponding value of x. So if they are same after one or two iterations, it means you have to change your guess. That is the only way to come out from that particular loop. Okay, so that oscillatory behavior can be possible wherever tangents at 2 points coincide each other, and that oscillatory things keep on going. So that need to be taken care by doubling the initial gas, or maybe by taking the half of that, something like that. So these were the cases we have talked in last class, and secant method is another thing. At this is again you are taking actually from Taylor series expansion. You got xi plus 1, and then you are calculating derivative from first principle. Plugging in those two things, you are getting a secant. So here you are taking just two values only to and no matter whether your function value is plus or minus, and just converge it, and then you are moving faster ahead to the closer to your roots actually. So this will means would also converge actually most of the time. Okay, so I hope you might have tried this also, right?
Yes, sir.
So the next method is Mueller's method. So in this, you are guessing three values actually. Previously, you were guessing two, somewhere one. So you have taken x naught, x1, x2, two actually, three values you have guessed, no matter whether they are plus or minus. But generally they are, means if you are far apart and covering the entire range of function, that would be much more better actually. So nature of the problem sometime we know, so based on that you can say that what should be my actually root, and then you are covering your entire function in that way. So you have calculated f naught, f1, f2, and now from here these h1 is defined from x1 minus x naught. H2 is interval size between second value and the initial value, and then one more function value is nu is being calculated h2 upon h1. Then c is fixed at fx naught, and this is the formulation just to calculate a first. So this derivation is there, but we are not interested in that. We want to use the method directly. So a would be calculated nu f1 minus f naught 1 plus nu plus f2 nu h1 square 1 plus nu. Then b is calculated f1 minus f naught minus a h1 square upon h1. After that, you are calculating the root from this. So this is practically just roots of your quadratic equation actually. So that's, I think, if you can remember, root of quadratic equation, what is there? B plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2a, right? So those are the roots. So for this expression is this actually for finding the roots. So this way you are finding x naught minus 2c upon b plus b square minus 4ac. Now from here you will get the root actually, because here you have power 2. So you will get two roots from here, right? So you will get two roots. You have to discard one root from previous one. So you will calculate value from here, and whichever is close by, consider those three values and discard the other one, and then repeat actually. So you will continue. At the same time, you will calculate your function value and just check when the function value is in given tolerance range, or is it coming equal to 0 or not. 0 will never come actually in the numerical analysis. So you have to give some function value from your side. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The another method is fixed point iteration method. So this is also one of the methods. You convert everything for in this particular format, that x would be the whole thing you have converted into in terms of a function which is totally of x. Now, just like a Gauss-Seidel method, primarily you have put x value 0, you will get some value of function, right? So that function value, and from there you will get some value of x. So get that first, and then would be your, that would be your first iteration. Then substitute that into the function, you will get second iterations, and then keep on continue till your function value comes equal to 0. So this is something tedious actually, but this is also being followed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here you
Yes,
are
sir.
just putting values from your side, and just to make sure whether your function is coming 0 or not, and keep on iterating. So this is also called fixed point iteration. Point is fixed here because you want function value 0, and then you are just keep on changing your x. So this is also being followed actually. So in last class, I gave you this one, multi-component flash distillation. So this is one of the example of nonlinear equations in chemical engineering. So far you did by all these methods, and programming is left up so that you will think later. So another equation just to calculate pressure drop in a pipeline. So this is Baymouth equations given for pressure drop in a compressible gases. So this is given by this. So the nomenclature for this equations, so flow rate is given SPF, standard cubic feet per day. Temperature is given and pressure, all variables are given to you. So if pipe diameter is 4.026 inch, you are supposed to calculate pressure. So this would again would be a nonlinear equations, and that need to be solved by your these methods, uh, be it bisections or secant or regular falsi or the Newton-Raphson. So if you will solve it, and then your answer is actually is coming to 43.0. So I don't know whether should I give you time to solve it here, because it may not be solved, I think, or maybe you can try one or two tries. So this is one thing you can note it down, or I will share you this one. Another case study for this roots of nonlinear equations is Pang-Robinson equation of a state. So this is your Pang-Robinson equation actually. So this is given here, then constant A, B, and this again, this alpha is given, M is given, reduced temperatures is given, and Z is given. So do you know what this Z is? PB upon RT thing? What is this Z?
Compressibility factor.
Yes, yes. So you have that, and then your this entire equation for Z is given in this particular way, right? So Z cubes. So and then constant A is given, constant B is also given. You are supposed to calculate density of carbon dioxide, where pressure is given, temperature is given, critical properties are also given to you. So find the compressibility Z and converts it into the molar density and compare it with experimental value. So experimental value is 20.814 gram mole per liter. After that, your calculate value of CO2 in Kelvin, where pressure is given, volume is also given to you. Pressure and volume is given. You are supposed to calculate temperature actually. Okay. So these are your density. So rho ideal is P upon RT and compressibility is P actual upon rho ideal. So I made the program by Newton-Raphson method actually for that. So if you will solve it, so this value is coming something like that. And I hope these are the two actually examples, three examples I gave from my side, four actually. Rest of the things you may find somewhere you are ending up with nonlinear equations. Do you mean that remember anywhere you will end up with nonlinear equations in your chemical engineering? Do you remember anywhere in chemical engineering you end up with nonlinear equations?
No, sir.
Huh?